Creators, when it comes to creating content, one of the best things you can do is set yourself up for success. Back in the day when I was into bodybuilding, they used to say, as soon as you get home from work, switch into your gym clothes. Because if you switch into your gym clothes, then you're ready to go to gym. You're less likely to skip a day. So we are on day 3 right now of a 30-day challenge that I proposed to Mary Lou and some other people in my community. I myself, I believe I'm on day 123. I don't remember. I've been doing this for a minute. However, I'm going to show you one way that you can set yourself up. And what made me think of this is Mary Lou did a video today talking about having themes. And themes is a good way to keep you from failing. And I was like, yeah, that's actually pretty smart. So yesterday I made a video about speeding up your comment replies by using the built-in voice dictation in your phone or your computer. So I'm going to keep on that same theme about things that you can do to speed up your content creation workflow. And setting yourself up for success would be putting yourself in when you're ready to shoot a video, that all your assets and all your ducks are in a row. Mary Lou spoke in her video about having a system. I'm going to show you a system that I often use when I'm creating for videos for Ecamm, because sometimes I edit it, sometimes I have to send it to somebody else. If I'm going to edit it myself, I really don't have to do this. I can just go to town because I know what I'm going to do when I edit it. But if I have to rely on someone else to edit it, say Luis or whomever, then this system really works. So I'm going to take you into the back end of Ecamm real quick and show you what I mean. So this is recording in Ecamm. Now, if you have another software that you use, that's absolutely cool. Knock yourself out. My windows are slightly out of whack, so I'm going to do myself a favor and do this real quick. That's just using Moom. That lines things up. I'm sorry, OCD kicking in. So I'm going to show you what I mean. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to shoot this video. Now, what I'm showing you is a process that I recently used to shoot a video for Ecamm, and people who are members of the community, they saw this behind the scenes, but now I'm going to give it to you. Okay, so I'm going to start here. This was the design for this particular video because this video was part of a tutorial training series. This design really is simply a background, a logo, and a camera overlay. So if I was going to build this again, I'm going to click here and I'm going to go to Command-Shift-B in my particular case to see the background. And then I would bring in a camera overlay by just clicking on this camera guy. And then I would have switched it to the size that works the best. In this case, that was 16:9. And then I would have had a border color, and there's the border color that we already had selected. So I would just sort of move this in position and make it as big as I wanted to, line it up in the center. Come on, there it is. And the center vertically, there it is. I might go a little bit bigger. Okay, and then if I had the logo graphic on my computer, which I believe I kept, yes, I did, then I would just drag this in and scale it down to the size that I needed and put it here. So that is giving myself a screen that I could work with. Now, I went ahead and I created the rest of these screens, so I'm not going to create them all, but just to show you what this looks like. So let me delete this because I don't need it. So this was the Stream Deck screen because I was teaching how to operate a Stream Deck. So this is showing off, the back end of building a profile, and I was showing how to build a thumbnail photo booth for yourself using the Stream Deck and Ecamm's ability to take photos. I could be doing this not just for the Stream Deck setup. I could be teaching you how to use Mylio Photos. Here's another application that I have, Mylio Photos. And those of you guys who've been to camp or been to Amesbury, this stuff looks familiar to you, just not with the snow. But I can share any application. I could do my trainings and talk directly from this. If I needed to show you something from the web, which I did in that particular tutorial, this is what this would look like. So I have these already set up and I just put them in order of how I'm going to go. Okay. So let me go back to here real quick. This is for a podcast. We don't need that. So I'm going to move that out the way, and I don't need this one. Okay. So if I'm ready to shoot my video, this is basically what it would look like. I would come to here and I'd be like, hey, this is Doc. Welcome to this particular training series. Today, I'm going to show you how to build some kind of action in Stream Deck. I would click on this scene next. I would start talking about my Stream Deck tutorial. I would go into the whole process, bingo, bango, pickle, mango, explain the whole thing. And then I would jump over to the browser to be like, you're going to download these sounds from this particular place. You're going to knock over the broom that's in the office. Anyway, you're going to do that whole process. And then you're going to go back to the Stream Deck. You're going to finish up your process there. And at the end, you would click on your host file and say, I hope you enjoyed this video. I don't know who needed to watch it, blah, 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 however you end your videos. And then at the end, you're simply going to press end. By basically pre-editing your videos, have the things that you need, the overlays, the graphics, the way you want them to look ahead of time, this could absolutely simplify your process. If you want to see what this looks like in real time, I'll attach a video that Katie did for the workshop that she did exactly the same. And if you've happened to take our podcasting course that we set up, same basic thing. If you set your videos up, you know what you're going to talk about. Now, me personally, I don't use scripts. I go off the dome. However, I still know the basic scenes that I would need to make this video. So one of the things I might do in the beginning, pull out a piece of paper or an index card and say, I'm going to have the intro shot, which is this shot. And then I would say, I'm going to have the shot with the logo in the background, which is this shot. And then I would explain how I'm going to go over to the Stream Deck. And I would basically just sketch. You don't have to be Vincent van Gogh or Picasso. You can just draw a basic outline so that you know what you're building while you're building this in Ecamm, OBS, whatever you use, right? And then you would come over here. You could even do this in Final Cut. Really, you could pre-build the things that you want to have in Final Cut and then shoot the video. Family, if you want to cut down your editing process and you want to make this easy, just basically use whatever you used to record. And in this case, I'm using Ecamm. I think it's the best. Of course, I work there, full stop. Not sponsored, of course. I work there, so it's not sponsored. But if you got OBS, you could do this in OBS. If you got like Riverside or StreamYard or something like that, you could do it that way. If you're recording directly into your camera, this is a little bit hard. However, I believe in Canva, you could also do this directly in Canva. You just build a presentation that's going to be the information you need to present. Make yourself enough space to basically put a video, a camera there, and then go to town. So I don't know if this made any sense if you're not using Ecamm, but I hope it did. I hope it did. If you're using something specific that's not Ecamm, ask me and I'll see if I can figure out how to do it, and then I'll tell you. Because honestly, the best answer is just get Ecamm. But of course I say that. I work there. I don't know who needed to hear this, but if it was you, write that down in the comments section. And of course, if you like this video, press the like button, press the subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you never miss another video like this. And right about now, the algorithm is going to show you another video they think you should watch. And I agree with them.
I need to know everything, who and the what and the where, I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George, I hop in the Porsche, 5 and a horse, I'm ready for war, I'm coming for throats, to turn to a ghost, I need to know everything. Now you be surprised at the info you get is by letting them talk, so I'm letting them talk. Gotta keep quiet.